With the confirmation of Geno being the father of the sisters, Jones being a depressed immortal grandfather, and the truth behind Paradigm's actions finally being unraveled, Fortnite x Marvel Zero War has revealed so much that for many it is very hard to comprehend, which I don't blame them for, because let's be honest, the Fortnite storyline is oftentimes confusing. Fortunately, I was able to connect all the dots and create this video in order to help everyone understand what all this lore means and how it ties into the Fortnite storyline. So without wasting any more time, let's zero in on the latest issue of Fortnite x Marvel Zero War. Ever since we've heard the name Geno, we as a community have been theorizing who this may be and why the Foundation is so hellbent on finding him. Fortunately, the Fortnite comics helped clear that up for all of us. In the latest issue of Fortnite x Marvel Zero War, it is mentioned that Geno is a perfectionist and a scientist who specializes in genetics and biology. His mission is to create or find a genetically perfect civilization. It was also confirmed that Geno is the father of the sisters, which most of the community had predicted a couple months back. Using those skills, Geno was able to genetically improve himself and his daughters to be as perfect as possible. An important thing to mention here is that Geno was able to make himself and his daughters immortal in a way that they won't ever age, but they can still obviously die. And according to the comic, the Omniverse, which is every single universe, multiverse, realm, dimension, etc., that was their playground, which sounds very interesting, and what we can infer from that is that Geno has a unique but dark perspective of everything. He views the Omniverse sort of like a lab, and everything and everyone inside of it is just a test subject that Geno observes and plays around with in order to assist his cause. With that said, Geno threw the sisters into the loop, betting that they would be the first to escape since he made them so perfect as mentioned earlier, but he was very wrong. The sisters were not the first to escape, so he replaced both of them with one of their more battle-ready snapshots. This alone shows how evil Geno is. He doesn't view the Imagine and the Order as real living beings, but rather just lab rats, and if they fail, they mean nothing to him anymore, which is really dark. With this information, we are now able to understand why the Foundation asked Jones for Geno and the sisters in the Chapter 2 Season 6 trailer. He wasn't looking for the sisters that are part of the Seven, they're already there, but rather the ones who are battle ready or evil versions of them that are with Geno. Geno's desire to create or find a genetically perfect civilization is the reason why he created the Imagine Order. The Imagine Order snatches people from different realities, throwing them into the loop in order to find the perfect civilization and to aid Geno's research in creating such finding it. So every time we get a collab in Fortnite, the reason for it, most of the time, is because the Imagine Order snatched them from a different reality to see if they come from a genetically perfect civilization. However, collab characters can still be put into the loop without the Imagine Order's intervention on occasions. Now let's move on to Jones as part of the story. With Geno creating immortality, he had given it out to every single member of the Imagine Order before they joined and became a part of the organization. Jones had joined the IO because they had offered protection to his bloodline since he and his family lived in an immensely dangerous reality. He did at some point want to leave, but was manipulated by Sloan, staying with the IO to protect descendants he didn't even know, which to me makes no sense at all, but he really had no other choice, to be honest. He'd already lost his family regardless. The picture Jones saw at his office was a picture of his first wife, but unfortunately she died. And apparently he had married multiple versions of her, or been with multiple versions of her, but they also passed away. So he's not a cheater, he just married his first wife, but from a different version of his reality. But all in all, it is very unfortunate that Jones had to go through so much. Now he dreads his immortality, and he chose to defect from the IO because he wanted to protect his bloodline and all the other families in the Omniverse, which is why he teamed up with the Seven, and more specifically, the Foundation. Reading this is kind of crazy to me personally. Fortnite started off as a goofy game, and now it's all depressing, and I just kind of find it odd and sort of funny. But regardless, I still love it because it makes everything 10 times more interesting. To wrap it up, let's discuss Paradigm's side of the story and the truth about her betrayal. We saw Paradigm barely alive in the mech at the end of issue number 2 of Fortnite x Marvel Zero War, and it was revealed that Paradigm's armor and the mech had protected her from the harsh cold of the Ice Moon. The AI in Paradigm's armor was also the one that sent pings to the scientist in Chapter 3 Season 1, which alerted him. But the story here gets a bit confusing because I remember the scientist saying that Paradigm was on her way back to the island, and it seems the comics completely ignored that and contradict that. In the comics, Paradigm was just trying to survive on the Ice Moon, and it's only by luck that the Seven needed the mech and found her alive. Nevertheless, after Iron Man, the scientist, and the Foundation found her alive, the Foundation was still not happy with her and wanted answers for her betrayal. It turned out that the Paradigm did not betray the Seven, but rather volunteered to help the IO build a mech to destroy the monster, because if she hadn't done that, then the IO would have built a collider and wiped out the entire island. in which then the Foundation admits he was wrong and welcomes her back. And that's about it. Fortnite x Marvel Zero War issue number 3 all summed up for you all. There are a couple plot holes within these comics which is kind of annoying, but we'll have to deal with it until Donald Mustard thinks of something else. If you guys have made it this far, please consider subscribing if you enjoy these Fortnite storyline videos. A like is appreciated, and please consider using my code Rezztro in the item shop. That would be awesome. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Take care.